system where if there's a woman like this 61-year-old lady with Hey guys, it looks like I have a couple of you already. So I wanted to talk about a few things tonight. First of all, if you do follow Q, they have completely been compromised. The website went down and then they replaced it with QAnonPost.com. There is something big happening right now. So from my sources, and I might regret this afterwards, from my sources, they said that Q initially was 8 people, men and women mixed, and 3 of them have now been arrested and put under custody. There are still 5 at large, and now what is being said is that those 5 have now been basically picked apart one by one. So the last few posts, the John 3:16, all these religious posts, this is not Q. And I believe anybody who even pledges allegiance to Q, I would think that they would know from following him for the last year that this is not Q. It's not the kind of stuff he posts, and when you kind of have to take it as a pattern. All of the relationships that he does in his different posts, this just isn't Q. So that's why I was going to do a nightly episode after every Q post. But then I asked people that I know that are higher up, and they said that it is no longer a free movement. Of course, on an open platform like this, you know, who would think that actual intel was going to be dropped publicly with thousands and thousands of viewers and actually have some relevance? Well, some of it actually did, and it affected the people that are running the country. The Rothschilds posts, that was really when I believe the last one kind of left out of there. Apparently, the Rothschilds have tried to sue 3 or 4 different companies that are even related to spreading Q posts. They really did not like their fire sale and everything else being put out there. So don't think that the Rothschilds and Soros and Clinton and all these people didn't know about this site. At this point, as far as this channel goes, I got a lot of angry emails for people that I didn't respond to in 3 days. So I spent pretty much all day responding to people because I didn't want people to think I'm not, doing this. So I kind of did break down last night. I read probably 20 emails of people saying that they don't have anybody where they live alone. For some reason, I'm getting a lot of 60 and 70-year-old women that are watching me. Maybe I look like their grandson, I don't know. But a lot of these people, in the case of an emergency, which in my belief is coming. People don't have to believe me. People can change the channel. People can go to other YouTube channels. But there is something big coming, like really big. You can call me ignorant, you can call me whatever. I'm not the smartest person in the world. But from what I've heard, there are big, big things happening, and the United States is about to change, big time. People are very secure where they're at, and they don't want to hear anything else. So this Q whole thing, that was a great awakening, and there's a lot of doubters, and I think a lot of those doubters have been told to doubt. And when anybody brings up common sense knowledge, or in my opinion, the flat earth thing, somebody brings out 10 facts, of course you can see the moon from this side of the earth and this side of the earth. That's because it's a flat platform. If somebody puts out a video saying 10 things that are common sense and it totally is untruth, then people believe it. And no offense to my flat earthers out there, but I'm sorry. We're about to have commercial space travel. And you might say, oh, well, not yet. Nobody else has actually flown up there. I believe we will be able to fly up there. It is weird that we can't go outside of space, and there's the belt that basically prevents us from going any further. And there's a lot of weird stuff. I don't think we actually went to the moon, at least not then. But back to Q. There is a lot of information that we can dwell over. If you try to go to the different websites, a lot of the web is being scrubbed. A lot of alternative news sites. Anybody who wrote about Q. If you guys have similar experiences where you have bookmarks and you're going and there's nothing there. Now, something big happened and nobody really noticed it, but the Chrome browser, I went to different websites in Internet Explorer and other websites, and it was there. But if you go to Chrome, now that they have this new blocker, they have literally censored the internet. Now, you don't have to believe me. You can just go through all of your alternative news sites and you'll see 404 not found. And I tried from 5 or 6 different computers. So I know for a fact, different IP addresses. There's stuff being scrubbed right now. There was a lot of information given to us. And they couldn't really stop an 8chan post. It's anonymous. Also, from what my source says, there was a lot of fake Qs mixed in with the real Qs, which made it even harder to discern what was real from what was fake. Any person can go on there and post his Q, and for a couple month period, he said that there was no Q action at all. And for 2 months, I want to say from August almost into October, there was a fake Q. And everybody just went with it. Not everybody knew how to follow these posts. He posted in different places, which made it hard for any normal person to follow. So, whether you believe me or not, that's fine. But there is discussion to be had. I am trying to make a website where everybody can post their thoughts, and you can go based on city and look up this kind of stuff. Because a lot of stuff goes under the radar because we don't have this kind of system in place. People say, oh, we have 8chan and 4chan and this and that. But there needs to be something different. At least while we still have the freedom to talk online. They're changing laws, they have passed secret bills over the last 2.5 months. The internet is going to change. So, another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Now, this is from one of my sources that the East Coast is expecting higher than usual, basically threats. And this doesn't mean nuclear threats. This means like smaller events. Keep your eyes peeled. If you're at a large event like a concert or a movie or something like this, you need to keep your eyes posted. If you're at a teenager concert and there's a guy with a big jacket, keep your eyes posted. But on the other note, don't be one of these people that thinks everything and anything is an event. Because I don't want to make hundreds of people out there thinking that everything is an attack. I will tell you, I made a prediction that we will see something happen right after the Olympics, and I firmly believe that's true. From the people I've talked to, this whole thing with Alex Jones and him saying between March 28th and April 2nd, it's true. And he got in trouble for that. He was not supposed to be saying that kind of stuff on his channel. And I believe he did it because he wanted viewers. In fact, I think he picked up a 10% hike in viewers after the 16th. So it worked. But he's not exactly, he's being held accountable for the information he's passing on. That kind of stuff scares people, and it makes people think twice. So, as far as North Korea saying all that kind of stuff, they say a lot of that stuff publicly. But now, we're talking about, he is actually spreading stuff that only higher up military know. Again, I have to say, I respect Alex Jones in the fact that he was one of the original truthers, and he paved the way for a lot of us. this kind of thing didn't exist. People spreading information like this, it just didn't happen 15 years ago. I am not always right, so I just have to say, when you're watching any of the channels, AMTV, BP Earthwatch, Dabu, all these cats, all of them are content creators, and I think a lot of them end up just putting out something to put out something. And I've tried to do my best not to. In fact, there's a lot of kind of odd news going around right now, but the truth is, they have put a block on a lot of stuff. We have 1.3 million soldiers worldwide, and now, a lot of people don't know this, but less than 100,000 are in the United States. They moved first 3,000 to the West Coast and about 3,500 to the East Coast. Now they have moved 18,000 to the West Coast and 32,000 to the East Coast. So something is going on.